use by this ESX host. Now, I have actually installed a software-based solution. Starwind Software is the name of the solution. You can download it for free from Starwind Software. And it exposes an iSCSI LUN so that it can be picked up by a target, or by an initiator, I should say, to be used for the purposes of shared storage. That iSCSI LUN is currently available on the server 192.168.0.201. If I click the OK button here, you'll see that I'll actually locate that server over port 3260. And if this responds, then I know that I'm actually listening on this IP address and this port. If I absolutely have everything correctly identified over on the storage side, well, then I can click over here under Static Discovery and identify what specific target name has been exposed for use to this server. You'll see here's the IQN name for the Starwind software-based SAN I've created. It's vc.company.pri, and the name of the LUN is VM Data Store 1. Now, just like before, I can go through here to settings and set up some advanced settings, essentially adjust what their configuration is if it needs to be different from what the parent was there on the initiator itself, or I can set the same thing here with CHAP settings, either inheriting them from the parent or overriding them here within this screen. I don't really want to do that at this point because what I want to do is essentially make this piece of storage available to this ESX host. Once it's done, I can click the Close button here and then rescan the host bus adapter, and that should actually pick up that little piece of storage that I've connected here. Looks like we have. Here's iSCSI software adapter, and then I have a single connected target, a single device, and I'm connecting to it via a single path. So once I've confirmed that I have that path to the storage and that I've connected up appropriately, the next step here is to go up into the storage node and actually add the storage that I need to. Now, I'm not going to do that at this point because I want to save that for the next nugget when we start talking about data stores and how to work with data stores. What I do want to show you here is that this storage adapter here has that single device and single path, and I've already configured over here on ESX2 the iSCSI software adapter for also a single connected target, a single device, and a single path. So once we get into, in the next nugget, when we start talking about data stores, once we get into actually creating that data store should be exposed for use by both ESX1 and ESX2. Now, this is the process one would go through to actually connect up an iSCSI connection. But iSCSI is only one of the ways that you can connect storage into your ESX host. Yet another way is through an NFS connection, or a network file system. Now, NFS is most commonly associated with Unix or Linux, and so if you go to a Unix or a Linux operating system, you'll be able to create an NFS mount pretty much through the command line operating system. In order to use NFS here in the Windows operating system, you actually have to install some functionality in support of that. Now, that functionality is here is a Windows Server 2008 R2 feature. And, role up here on the top. And if I click and choose to add roles, and then next, and you'll see here the file services role. This file services role, beneath this file services role, are a number of different role services that you can actually install for the purposes of serving up files. And one of those role services that is available is the Services for Network File System role service. Now, I've already got this installed, so we don't have to watch the installation occur. There's really nothing to see as part of that installation. But one of the things that it does do is it does expose